Okay, we're recording.
Thank you. Hey, you guys, thank you for joining Rotary E Club of North Texas on this lovely Tuesday, January the 28th. It is 51 degrees up here on Lake Texoma. So I hope wherever you are throughout the United States that you're staying warm. I think uh, Robin is in South Dakota, and that must be miserable. I just can't imagine. But Howard, you're staying nice and toasty there in Florida, right?
It's in the 40s at night, but it's going to the 70s in the day.
Oh, nice. All right, we've got Miss Juliet has joined us.
Hey
All
guys.
right. Hey, Juliet, welcome.
Thank you. Hi there.
All right, Mr. Chris, will you get started with our Pledge of Allegiance, please?
All right. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance
to the
to
flag
the flag
of the
of the
United
United
States
States of America
and to the
and
republic
to the republic
that stands,
for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation, under God,
liberty and justice for all.
and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Miss Jennifer, you're new, but would you be interested in reading our invocation today?
Sure. As we gather here today as members of Rotary, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make a better world.
Thank you, Miss Jennifer.
You're welcome.
And you say our mission statement, and I will close us with the vision statement.
Who?
Mr. Howard?
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Oh, do you mind reading the mission statement for us?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Mission statement. We provide service to others, promote integrity, and advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace. We're a fellowship of business professional and community leaders. Do you want someone else to do the vision statement, or?
Yes, and I will close us with our vision statement. Together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And I'm excited to share that vision tonight as we talk about the Rotary District Service Cruise and Conference. I'll share a little bit about that. And it was just such a great special time. The theme for the month of January is vocational service. So remember, when you're out and about doing your field of service this month, think, what can I do to give back to vocational service? I know Linda and Dave are so great about going to their local fire department and giving treats and fruits. So that's always such a great idea. Just a way to appreciate and show somebody that you care and love on our neighbors. Want to wish Jack and Maria a happy 3-year anniversary. Congratulations, Jack. Glad to have you on the team for another exciting year. You were definitely doing your part to share the magic of Rotary. And then Carlissa celebrated a birthday last week, so we want to wish Carlissa a happy birthday. We still have a couple spots left. If you're interested in sponsoring our website, you'll be featured on the front page for $50 for the year, and that's going to help us reach our goal to send $1,000 to Envision Dallas for their early development center. We are a small club with no fundraising efforts, so we're trying to get at least $1,000 to make our donation, and then we can be reimbursed $500 with the matching grant from district. So we've already been approved for our grant. We need to get up to that $1,000 to be able to make that donation to them.
And how do you make that donation?
Well, do you want to sponsor the website, or you want to just make a donation to help us to get to the $1,000?
I think I'd like to just make a donation to help get that $1,000.
Okay, let me get with
Dallas.
Linda when she gets back, and
Okay.
we'll find out exactly how short we are, and then we'll talk about it. I think we're going to do a business meeting at our next club meeting, and we can go over our budget and finances and see where we're at, because there's 2 grants that we want to finish funding. Envision Dallas is 1,000, and then the Suicide Prevention Club, we're going to host one of their learning sessions for $500. So, yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Jennifer. So I wanted to share, Carlissa and Lisa and I from our club participated in the district conference and service cruise. It was a 7-day cruise. We had the pleasure of spending 2 days in a kind of classroom environment, learning about promoting peace and international service projects. I got to share our project that we've been doing since 2008 with the TB feeding the families down on the Texas-Mexico border that are patients or victims of TB, helping them get sustainable food so they can get back to work and provide for their families. In this picture here, I do want to point out to the right of Carlissa is Miss Pat Mayweather. She is the former vice president of Rotary International. So that was quite an honor to have her alongside of us. And those that don't know, Sonny has been a dear friend of the district. He's a former past district governor in Houston, and his wife, and they were always special and guests of the district. To the left of Carlissa is her sister. So her sister went on the cruise and participated in service projects with us. So the day we were in Roatan, my group, we went to a school and to a community center, and it was kind of talking about empowering girls and women. They gave out some period panty pouches with and showed the kit how you can kind of siphon them onto your underwear and put a different pad based upon the level of flow, and also really talk to the girls about how to clean them, because I think that was one of the things, is that they don't like touching it. It's uncomfortable. So they're really trying to just create more of an environment where it's less taboo and more just a safe space to talk about, your menstrual cycle. And that was a really neat experience. They have 180 students, I think it was, and 1 bathroom for all those kids. And that bathroom was like a closet. So, it's interesting to see kind of the type of environments that they're in. And where we sit outside, that's actually one of the classrooms was outside with a little awning on top of it. The second day, we went to Cozumel. I think this was a great picture, with all of our Rotarian friends on the ship, plus our friends there in region. And Cozumel, they came out with us, took a great group picture, and then you have the boats in the background. So that was kind of a fun day. And once again, we had 3 different activities that day. We participated in the wheelchair distribution. Carlissa and myself sponsored 1 wheelchair each. The cost is $150. The district will be doing some more fundraising. But if you look at these chairs, they're pretty darn industrial. I mean, look at the tires. So they're durable for these folks to not only be able to have a better lifestyle in a comfortable chair, but actually get around on the cobble streets or the broken streets. And it's been really neat afterwards to see the Rotary Club in Cozumel actually giving out more of these wheelchairs to people that are, stuck in their beds all day because they don't have a chair. And 2 of the gentlemen there, they only had 1 leg. So I think that was a great experience for everybody that was involved. Really enjoyed that one. Announcements. We have Roundtable is coming up Saturday, February the 8th. Remember, Roundtable is open to anyone. Anybody's able to come, see what's going on at the district, participate in activities. Regina has done an awesome job this year where it's, we have 1 hour of business chit chat and announcements and learning opportunities, and then we do 1 hour of a service project. So you really get to collaborate with your other Rotarians. When you're assembling toys, you get to meet them and see what kind of projects they're doing and find ways that we can collaborate together. I think that's one of the biggest initiatives that Chris has for next year when he becomes president. So, I invite you guys to join us at Roundtable. With that, I would like to introduce our lovely speaker today, our district governor, Regina Edwards. I have known Regina for probably over 10 years. When I was a member of the Rotary E Club, she was our assistant governor for a while. She even attended Andy and I's wedding, and her family's been up to the house and visited. So Regina's a really good friend. But I respect her so much because she has such a servant heart. Her and her family, anything and everything. Every time they're going out, they're always thinking, "Oh, here's a whole bag of candy for 50 cents. Let's buy all they have. Let's shove it all in the car." Because something will come up where I can use that candy. Regina did a great job on the Rotary Conference and Cruise, really inspiring us to lead with a servant heart, service above self. And keep in mind that Rotary 50% is international. We are Rotary International. So without further ado, I am going to pass it over to my lovely friend, Miss Regina Edwards.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to try to share my screen here real quick, if I can do that.
Well, I think I have to stop and then
You have to stop.
stop, share. Okay, then you can. Yep.
You see it?
No. Let's see.
It's on mine. Let's see. I'm looking.
So down at the bottom on the Zoom,
More. It's under more, right?
You
No.
should be able to see a share button.
Share.
There, it's coming across.
And let me go to slideshow and I'll do
Yeah.
that from the beginning.
There you go. You're set.
You all set? Okay. Okay, is that good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, my name is Regina Edwards. I've met some of y'all before. Thank you for having me today. And a shout out to, like Jerica said, I was really excited you guys, a couple of y'all were able to come on the annual conference cruise. And each year, if you don't know, each year the governor gets to choose a annual conference. And it was just kind of logical, I guess, that I would pick a cruise for mine because that's sort of what I'm known for in the district. And I just wanted to share international service with the whole district like that. So, if y'all received the Rotarian magazine, I'd really encourage you guys to look at it. There's a lot of great ideas in there. I won't promise I read it cover to cover, but I do find it very inspirational. The president this year is Stephanie Urchek. She's an educator from the East Coast, and her theme this year is the magic of Rotary. And she says that we're not going to end polio or disease or anything by waving a magic wand, but it's all up to us. And we do create magic with every project we complete, every dollar donated, and every new member. So she tells the story. She was on an international service trip to the Dominican Republic. They were doing a water project. And when the clean water flowed through the filters, these little kids ran up to her and they tugged on her skirt. And they said, lady, do that magic again. And she knew then that it was her theme. And I agree with her that we all work together. We really can create magical results. So I wanted to tell you, I know some of y'all are newer in the district. The way Rotary works is you have the club level, which you guys are at, and then one step up is the district. We're in District 5810. It's here in North Texas. We are one of the smallest geographic districts in the world. We have over 2,400 members in this little tiny area from the Red River down to Waxahachie, DFW on the west, and then out to Terrell and out that way to the east. So I cannot complain that I have to get up and drive somewhere for an hour and a half because there's governors who literally, like one woman has the state of Alaska, she told me. Like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. And then when I was at International Convention in Singapore, I met a woman who, I think she told me she has Russia. And I was like, what part of Russia? And the guy next to her was from the U.S. He was like, no, she has Russia. And so I haven't verified that. But like I said, the point is we can't complain. We're in a really small district. We have over 60 clubs. It's really easy to go visit a club. Let's just say you're in downtown Dallas, and you want to go visit a club for lunch or something. I really encourage that. Like Plano has 6 clubs. You can learn a lot from another club, look to see how they run their meetings, who their speakers are, what are their projects, and I think it'll help you with, learn something new for your club. So this is my personal background. I grew up in Southwest Missouri, if you know where Branson, Springfield is. I went to Baylor, and I'm an attorney. I also went to Baylor Law School, and this is a photo of my family. My oldest son just graduated from Baylor in May with a marketing degree. Now he's at A&M getting his MBA. And then my baby is the tall one there. He's also at A&M. He's a supply chain management major. He's a junior. And then my fabulous husband's on the other side, and he's super supportive. So he's retired test engineer, and he does a million things for me in Rotary. So I really appreciate all of them. So here's the goals for the year. Every district has goals. Ours are 4 new clubs and 100 net new members. So you already just read the action plan a while ago. I really like it. I'm a city attorney for 30 plus years. I've written a lot of action plans and vision statements and all those things where you argue over each word. But I really like how it talks about that we see a world where people unite. Obviously, we really stress peace in Rotary. And we take action. We're people of action, if you've ever heard that about Rotary. And then we commit lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. I always tell people I think of Rotary as being 3 spheres of influence. It's change in myself, change in my community, and change in the world. And they have all of those in the action plan, which I like. So we had pets training. Jerica was there. It was kind of fun. We did a installation with a disco party, and now we're into where we meet monthly. And like Jerica said, I try to do 1 hour of a meeting, which in February I really encourage you to come. We're going to have a peace fellow come. He's currently with the Fort Worth Police Department. He's a really great speaker. I encourage you to come hear him speak on the 8th. And then we're going to do an hour of a service project. I am buying more candy. We did candy in December, and it's a big hit. You take candy to the food banks, and when you bring in Hershey's and Kit Kats and you give a bag of candy to the kids for what'll be Valentine's this time, we've been told it's really, really well received. And so we'll probably be packing up candy bags, and I might bring some books too. We're always packing up books. So we'll be doing that on February 8th, and I encourage y'all to come. So every governor always talks about membership, and we need more members to do more projects. It's just really simple. The more members you have, the more impact we can have locally and internationally. And it also just helps you run your clubs. We have clubs that have become somewhat stagnant, and they have the same people over and over, and it's too easy to wear out those people. So we need some new blood, bring in some new people, and get some new ideas. So I would encourage you guys to always be looking for new members to help you with the load. So why do they join? They've done a lot of studies, and I think it's kind of common sense. People join Rotary for networking, service opportunities. It's on my resume. I hope it's on your resume. Family or professional connection. And the number one reason is just they were invited. I was city attorney of Hillsborough. I was in the Optimist Club, but when I moved up to Cleburne to be city attorney, my mayor pro tem, my city manager, and my finance director, so kind of 4 of the bigwigs at city were all Rotarians. They encouraged me to join the Rotary Club, and so 28 years ago I joined. I was under 30, and they had a few women, but not many, and I just fell in love with an organization that's non-political, non-religious. We're the largest service organization in the world, and it was just such a great fit for me. So why do members stay? Because we got to work on retention as well as membership, right? So people love service projects. So I encourage you to keep doing service projects. Friendship, check on each other. If someone's missing a couple weeks, put out a phone call or, like a personal call and say, hey, you haven't been around in a month. I just want to make sure you're okay. That's part of the Rotary family. Also, mentorship. I have mentored others and I've been mentored. So I really encourage you guys to think about if you're being mentored or if you're mentoring others, because hopefully you're doing one, if not both, in Rotary, because they're both really critical parts of Rotary. And then leadership opportunities. When you get new people, give them a responsibility. Don't let them sit on the sidelines and they like, why am I here? I'm not doing anything. So always make sure you give them leadership opportunities. And then business too. There's nothing wrong with doing business with each other. I know I try to support other Rotarians as much as I can. And then last but not least, always have fun. That's really a key component. So why do people leave? They leave for club culture. Sometimes it just doesn't fit with them. They join and they like, this really isn't me. Sometimes they relocate. They just have unmet expectations. And then sometimes it's either financial or time commitments. One thing really great about our compact district is you can easily put someone in a different club. If they don't fit your club anymore, then encourage them to find a different club. And it might be 5 minutes away, right? So just encourage them to find another club. So what can you do about membership? I've been telling everybody, if you haven't done a Survey Monkey or some type of survey lately, I would really encourage you to do that just to get the pulse of your club. Things change. People's opinions change. Don't ever assume what was great last year is good this year. You really need to kind of find out what's going on. But once you take the survey or you do a questionnaire or whatever you do, you need to read it and listen to it and implement it. Nobody likes it when they do a survey and then nothing changes, right? We all think, well, I just wasted 20 minutes of my life and I've waited around 6 months and they didn't do any of that stuff. So make sure that you do make some changes based on what people requested. That way they feel valuable and they're going to be more trusting in their leadership too. So I pulled up your numbers today. You got 19 members on the rolls, which is good. That's a nice size club. I like clubs that size. I think you guys know each other well versus sometimes in the larger clubs, you don't always know the new people. So I don't know what your goal is. We can talk about that later in the board meeting, but I would encourage you to be part of the membership raffle. Are you guys, Jerica, are you guys turning in your numbers?
No, we made a decision that we were not going to participate.
No? Okay. Well, we are doing a raffle. If you do change your mind, we're doing a raffle for a cruise to Alaska. And every time you invite somebody, you get a ticket. And then if they join and become a member, you get 10 tickets. And then the new Rotarian gets 5 tickets. So if you want to do that, y'all can catch up and turn those into Raina and get your names in the raffle. So I don't know, how many of y'all donate to the foundation online? Do y'all do that online?
Out of the 5 of us or 6 of us that are here, I know myself, Chris, and Howard are on reoccurring.
Okay. I personally think they've made it so easy. I used to never remember. Did I donate this year or I didn't donate? I used to donate once a year. So if you could just sign up with your credit card, if you want to do $5 a month even, or whatever you want to do that you're comfortable with, $10 a month. It's just a really easy way to donate, and they send you a nice email saying thank you. And I don't know. I find it really easy that way. So this is Rotary International. It's 1.2 million members around the world. I'm like I said, I'm from rural Missouri, 8,000 people in my town. I find it really amazing that I'm part of 1.2 million members. You can travel to any state, any country, and there's a Rotary Club. So some of my dearest friends are in Rotary, and I just really encourage you, if you guys visit somewhere, go online. It's easy to find a club and go visit, and they'll welcome you with open arms. It's a lot of fun. That's my little wow, because I like it so much. So polio, if you've been in Rotary a while, we're still always trying to solve the polio issue. It's such a debilitating disease. I would encourage y'all to keep donating money. Everybody talks about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation match, and they do that, but we have to donate $50 million first, and then they do a 2-to-1 match. So we have to do our share to get the match. So every person's a critical part of donating at least a little bit to polio is very well appreciated. So we just did our cruise. Like Jerica said, we've been back a whole, I don't know, 9 days now. I'm trying to get settled back into shopping for groceries and cooking meals and laundry and all those things that I thoroughly enjoy not doing when I'm on a cruise. We had a great time. We had about 81 people on the cruise, and we stopped in Roatan. We took off 5 big suitcases, which was 272 pounds of school supplies and books and shoes. And we're waiting to get permission to take 6 pallets. We've got them ready. They're in Houston. We're trying to work it out with the Honduran government. And then in Cozumel, I think we took off, what would you say, Jerica, like 20, 25 backpacks probably full of school supplies. And then we also had donations across the district, including you guys, for 37 wheelchairs, and we distributed those. And so this is just kind of a picture leading up to one of those cruises. There's a lot of work that goes into 270 boxes. That's me at Walmart. All those basketballs. If I find a basketball under $5, I buy it. There's a lot of entertainment you get for $5 in a basketball. So we deflate those and we pack those. And the top right picture is Interact that my club sponsors. It's the Newman Smith Interact. And I take stuff, I'm going over there tomorrow, actually. I take stuff over there all the time. Those kids can pack. I mean, you take them some snacks and stuff to pack, and we can turn out, I think it was in December, they turned out like 300 and some goodie bags they packed in like 30 minutes or something. I mean, they're a machine over there. So I'm going back over there tomorrow. So anyway, and then the kids are great at carrying the boxes to my car. So anytime you can utilize your youth, or if you guys have your own kids, I really recommend that. So this is Jerica and Andy working there. They were planting some trees, and that's in Cozumel at one of the schools. Their goal is to basically have an orchard. They've got several fruit trees that are planted that they're going to take care of, and hopefully we can go back and, I forgot, is it 5 years or 7 years or something, and see the fruit on those trees.
Right. Yeah.
So that's our goal. And then on the other side is part of the wheelchair distribution that Jerica told you about. It was very moving. We had 3 tours, but we decided that all 3 should go see that presentation. And I think it was very exciting to be able to, for $150, you change the life of the person and the family both. So it was really exciting. So this is our 6 pallets. They're sitting in Houston ready to go to Honduras. And then we're also working on 9 more pallets, including we're gathering up 3,000 of the Days for Girls kits, which is what they've requested. We're working with the Beaumont Club. There's a man down there who's raised, I think it's $12,000 or $14,000 to help pay for those. They cost $5 to $6 each. And we're hopefully, and if we work it out with Customs, we'll be going in February or March to deliver 9 more pallets if we get that done. So that's
Regina, I do want to give a special shout out. This was another grant opportunity that our club participated in. We purchased $500 worth of back to school supplies, and then we get a matching grant of $250 back. But because of our limited funds, we didn't have the $500 up front. So I really want to give a special shout out to Chris. He kind of pitched in $100 to make that happen. So our club was able to purchase back to school equipment, sporting equipment and back to school supplies for 9 boxes that we were able to box. And that's part of what you see here. So thank you so much, Chris, for your donation.
Yep. So I appreciate those too. Those donations are part of that picture there that I'm standing in front of the 6 pallets. Those boxes are inside there. So I appreciate you guys doing that. It's received really great district-wide support. So I'm very appreciative of you guys doing that. And they're well received. Jerica and others who have been to the schools, they have so little. Mm-hmm. So when you show up with new boxes of crayons or scissors, or it's just amazing. Like, your kid might have 3 pairs of scissors. Well, they've got 1 pair for every 20 kids or something. So it's well received. And the books too, we're still recycling books. If y'all want to get involved with recycling books, I guess this is part of my past district governor option is trying to do more and more deliveries and take more stuff. As a city attorney, 30 years, I'll tell you that our landfills are an issue in the U.S. And the more books that we can save for landfills and deliver to kids in other countries is a win-win on like 18 levels. So if y'all want to get into recycling books, that would be great too. But yeah, thank you for your donations. They're part of those 6 pallets you see. So Calgary's coming up. If anyone's ever been on an international convention, you get to meet Rotarians from all over the world. And it's just really kind of a cool experience. There's about 39 of us going right now from the district. So let me know if you're interested in going to Calgary. And we'll have our district awards ceremony in probably August or September. We're picking out the date right now. And we'll do the raffle for the cruise. Plus, I would just recommend if you guys monthly write down what you achieved. It's really hard in May or June to think, well, what did I do for 12 months? I don't know what we did, right? So do a monthly what you did, and it'll make the awards a lot easier for you guys.
We do leverage My Rotary, and we put all of our service projects in there.
I was going to tell you, I saw that in there. You're way away. I think your goal was 12, and you're at 25. I looked at that this afternoon.
Yeah,
so yeah, you're doing great on that. You're doing great on that. So I just kind of want to summarize. I know as we talk about membership, a lot of us are in businesses or we're trying to get clients. And that's kind of how I see Rotary is you kind of think about how you sell Rotary. Here's a couple pictures from my personal life. On the bottom is one of our international service trips. My family's been doing since Austin was 15 months, I guess, and he's 22 years old now. So for almost 22 years, 21 years, we've been going to Jamaica especially. We've done a whole lot of medical supplies with them and also school supplies, books, and all those other things. And my kids have just grown up doing this. And that's just part of my Rotary story is I believe that, you know, they have a public education. We're trying to make them citizens of the world. And Rotary has been a really big part of that. The little boy holding the frog on the other side, he is on my refrigerator. I see him about 6 times a day when I use the microwave, and he always. I bought that frog for I think it was $2 or $3 at the Walgreens over by City Hall, and I just like she said I just threw it in the cart thinking I'll use that sometime, and I delivered it to this little boy. And if I remember right, he had cerebral palsy, and it just made his whole day, I think, and just every time I see his picture, it just makes me happy thinking that something for $2 can bring so much joy to someone that he knows that we're thinking about him and we care about him and, you know, we wish him the best. And so anyway, it's just one of those little things, I guess. And this is a friend of mine in Jamaica. He has Downs, and I've literally watched him grow up. The picture on one side, he's like 3 or 4, and then on the other side, he's like 19 now. And every time my club supports 2 disabled children's homes. Jerica, I think you've been to one of those, haven't you? Did y'all go to one of those?
Yes, one of the trips. Yeah.
Yeah, on one of the trips y'all went. Anyway, they're for children that have severe disabilities. They have autism, you know, off the chart. They have Downs or cerebral palsy, spinal bifida, things like that. And their parents have often given them up. They've literally left them at a fire station or a police station and abandoned the children. And others, they haven't been totally abandoned. Their parents do still come to visit, and they live in group homes. And we've just grown up my kids have grown up, and we visited numerous times. Anyway, it's just a really special memory of like she said, I believe Rotary International is called Rotary International because we have, you know, the duty to participate internationally. So my whole message is just find your passion in Rotary, whatever it is. I know you guys have done the TB clinics for a long time, and that's something that Linda and you know, that you guys have supported, and that's great. So whatever it is, just find what your personal passion is for Rotary. So in conclusion, I just wanted to kind of say that if you came to the installation speech, you saw these pictures, but our family was in Norway this summer. We were on our way back from Singapore, and my oldest son picked Norway, and we like to hike. Both of the boys are Eagle Scouts, and I was a first class scout. So we do this hike. It's kind of famous. It's called Pulpit Rock. It's about 3.5 hours up, and that's Ken and I with our arms up in the air. So we do this hike, and I'm in my 50s now. I don't hike as well as I used to hike, I guess. And we sit down and we're having our banana and our granola bar, and all of a sudden Austin's like, "Oh, let's go up there." And my first reaction was, I just got here, so I'm like, I don't know. And I told him, I said, well, you kind of scurry up there and check it out. So he goes up, he comes back down, and he's like, oh my gosh, you guys have got to do this. So we stand up and we start walking, and for the ladies in the room, the passage, the entryway was literally the size of my hips. That's how narrow this little entryway was to go up some more. And so we go up about 10 or 15 minutes, I guess, to get even higher. And that's the view when you look down on Pulpit Rock. And I had seen that picture before, but I guess I thought, well, like a drone took that or a helicopter took that, or I didn't realize that people took that. So I was about 3 weeks before my installation as governor, and I've been trying to figure out what to say, and I didn't know what to say, and it just kind of popped in my head. I had a polio shirt on, and I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I want to tell everybody when I have to do these. I'm going out and spreading the word about Rotary and how to, build excitement for the year. Is I truly believe that we have an awesome district. I brag about our clubs all the time. When I'm with my classmates, I'm like, hands down, our district is fabulous. Our clubs are doing great projects. But I really think that if you just put in that extra 10%, which is what I did on that hike, you really can look down and see where you were last year. You can go a little bit higher, do a little bit more, push yourself just a little bit more, and you really will be rewarded with a little better view and know that you did a little more service in your community. So I just want to tell you this year, I hope that we all can work together to do 10% more, and you can see the two levels there of where the people are, and we can do and serve our communities a little bit more and a little better this year. So our saying this year is together we are stronger, because I really believe it's a whole group effort. Rotary should never be something just by yourself. It should be part of your whole club doing it together, and you're stronger if y'all do work together. So, y'all have any questions?
Before we open it up to questions, I do have to share. I love that inspiration of just give an extra 10%. And Andy and I went and visited Silas, our exchange student through Rotary. He was here 2 years ago. You guys remember him.
Yeah.
It's such a big part of our life. And we spent a couple days with him, and he takes us on a train ride up to the Swiss Alps. And then we walk up to go to have lunch. And he's like, we have to go up one more because of the view. You have to go. And I'm like, come on, Andy. Just that extra 10%. Regina told us 10 more %. We can make it. And he ends up hanging on to Silas's backpack as Silas is dragging him. He gets to the top and he's like, Regina, no, the 10% is not worth it. But it was just funny how I really love that inspirational quote. So any questions for Miss Regina as our district governor?
Nope.
No.
No.
Chris is going to be our president. He's our president-elect. He signed up to be at PETS, and he'll be completing a two-year term as our incoming president for the next 2 years. So I'm excited about that. And Miss Jennifer, this is her first meeting joining us as a new member. So we're excited to have Miss Jennifer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else for Miss Regina, you guys? Quiet Tuesday.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Well, we will go ahead. Let's go ahead and close out. Let me share my screen with the four-way test. Please join me in saying the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better
friendships?
Fourth, will it be
beneficial to all
concerned?
concerned?
And fifth, will it
be fun?
Will it be fun?
Perfect. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for joining us. Let me stop sharing. And